Masters table. Masters table.
Master elements.
Masters table. Masters table.
Racism, white supremacy is a dynamic system for the ultimate purpose of white genetic survival on the planet. White supremacy.
You are in an evil system, a system that is designed deliberately to produce evil thoughts, to produce animosity, to produce violence.
Introduction to African civilizations and man-garden civilization.
Masters table. Masters table.
Master elements.
Masters table. Masters table.
Master elements.
We dedicate lives to the study of history.
They didn't tell us that if you give up the land, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation.
The right way is clearly distinct from error.
Racism is a competitive relationship between groups of people who are competing for the ownership and control of resources, wealth, and power.
I am a critical thinker, here to bless you with lyrical tinctures. I am the black dot, the point of reference, the metaphysical link to the Moors, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incas. I am here to remove the blind spots and clear the view of your spiritual blinker. I am something out of nothing. I am the alchemical bringer of change. My name will continue to linger. I am legend. If consciousness was a game, I would be considered a ringer. I am because we are.
And those Africans have to be organized to fight for their liberation.
GW Apparel, a clothing that speaks. Something for the kings, something for the queens. Visit uptsites.com and use promo code SLDG22 and receive 11% off your order. Peace.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.
Peace, family. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. This is the Black Business Showcase, and I am the God, Sincere Love, here with my lovely co-host, Nicety Girl. What's going on? Your mic is muted.
I didn't see that. My bad. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
There you go. Yes, indeed. And so, like we always do at this time, family, as y'all coming up in here, make sure that y'all hit the like button, share this out on your social media platforms right now, and let everybody know that we are live with another episode of the Black Business Showcase right here on Sincere Love the Godcast. If you are not already subscribed to us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to us at Godcast Enterprises, as well as Sincere Love the God. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be reminded whenever we go live with new episodes of Sincere Love the Godcast. We do this every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, the Black Business Showcase, where we bring on business owners and entrepreneurs to chop up good game about, all the different industries that the guests may have. And we get to learn a lot, and we get to share with y'all the different businesses that are out there that we need to know about and that we need to support. So again, make sure you guys are tapped in with us on both channels, Sincere Love the God, Godcast Enterprises. And like I said, share, family. Hit that share button. Don't cost you nothing. As a matter of fact, just by copying the link, it sends the same message to the YouTube algorithm as if you shared it with 200 people on your timeline. So even if you don't share it, you could just copy the link and YouTube thinks you shared it. So just copy the link and hit that like button.
Period. Don't forget Sundays as well, you guys. You know, we're here each and every Sunday from 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes that change. So Sundays we be a little, you know, the times may change a little bit on Sundays, but make sure that you are
We've been on
following.
point. We've been on point.
Well, no, because last Sunday we went on at 3 p.m. my time and 6 p.m. yours. So
yeah, that's what we changed it to now. That's what we've been doing.
Well, my fault. It's 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays now, y'all. And make sure you tapped in with us on Sundays. That's when we talk about important topics as it pertains to Black society, pop culture, politics, all that good stuff. So make sure you're tuned in with us on Sundays as well.
Absolutely. Shout out to Crown 808 in the building. I see you,
hey,
beloved.
Sis.
Black Voltron Reloaded. I see you, King.
Hey.
Always tapping in. Appreciate you. Who else we got in here? Jesse Paris. Shout out to Jesse Paris. What's going on with the family? Appreciate y'all being here with us tonight. And so, as y'all know, it's the Black Business Showcase. So, of course, we got another dynamic guest that's going to be joining us tonight to share with us what they got going on. And so, let me not waste too much time and let you know who we got coming. This brother believes in empowering. He's committed to empowering futures by investing in youth initiatives because he believes that empowers young minds and sows the seeds of innovation, entrepreneurship, and leadership. These investments extend beyond the individual, creating a ripple effect that strengthens communities and fuels the collective progress. And so without further ado, allow me to introduce you, our guest for this evening, Brother Tony, Realer Than Real Johnson in the building. What's going on, King? Welcome to the Godcast.
Man, thank you for having me on, man. I salute what you've been doing, and I've been watching you for a while. And I think I was introduced myself, but there was so much going on in Dallas, so I know you probably seen 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? But I love what you're doing, man, and nice to meet your co-hosts, and I love what y'all got going on, man.
Appreciate that. And this is another FBA Expo alumni, because we did have a alumni addition to the Black Business Showcase, but we're on season 3 right now. So you're a season 3 alumni, but nevertheless still an FBA Expo alumni. So welcome to the Godcast.
Yes, indeed.
So you were there at the FBA Expo. Were you vending or did you just pull up?
Nah. I was just roaming because where I'm from in Temple is like about an hour and 40 minutes from Dallas. So I just drove up just to. It's in my state. I had to pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So I didn't do no vending, so I just pulled up, and that's why when you had reached out and you was like whoever vended I was gonna promote or whatever. That's I ain't reach out because I ain't had no vend. I just wanted to pull up and show love.
Awesome.
No doubt.
How far are you from Texarkana?
That's about 3 hours. Yeah, about 3 hours, 2.5. Texas. I'm in the middle of Texas, so I'm like it's about 6 hours either way to get out of Texas for me.
Man,
Texas big as hell.
Texas is huge, man. It's huge. I'm in the middle of Temple, Texas. I'm right in the middle of Central Texas. I'm probably about 45 minutes from Austin.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And so you had hit me up on Facebook after I had popped up on Tariq's live, and I was letting people know, if you're a business owner or you're an entrepreneur, you want to get your business showcased on our channel, hit me up. And you was one of the people that hit me up. And so I appreciate you following up with that. And I'm reminding the family, the audience that's watching live, and those of y'all that's going to watch this on the replay, I'm reminding y'all as well. If you're a business owner or entrepreneur, send us an email. What's our email?
godcastenterprises@gmail.com. godcastenterprises@gmail.com.
Yeah, let us know what you got going on so we can get you on the schedule for the Black Business Showcase as well. But tonight we chopping up with our brother Tone. Can I call you Tone?
Yeah, you good. Yeah.
Indeed. All right. So what we like to do, man, we like to start from the beginning. take us back to the beginning and give us the origin story of and bring us up to speed on, you know, how you got started with everything you got going on now.
Man, my story started long time ago. I'll be 42 this year. I ran away from my mom's house. The last time is 12, so 12 is the last age I lived with my mom. So since 12, I've been on a journey. You know what I'm saying? I've been on a journey. So, you know, from the streets, just making it through there. You know, blessed that, you know, out of all my partners, I'm still here. I'm alive, and I didn't go to the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? But I lived that side of life. So making it through that, and on this end, I always been into business though. So even like when I was 17, I had my first record label, Realer Than Real. That's still my record label to this day. We do more like movie stuff now, but that's where I started. That's what my adventure started off in business, and knowing that I didn't want to work for the system. And at that time, I didn't feel, I hate the word woke, but I didn't feel that, because when people say woke, you know, especially our people, we try to say it in a condescending way. But what I always tell people, like, you'll never hear a Jewish person or a Chinese person say they woke. They just born into their heritage. You know what I'm saying? But us, we're not born. We're so removed from it that we got to come up with words to make it feel like, oh, you woke, you sleep. No, we just, you know what I'm saying? So, but
I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my journey. I went through the streets. I did, you know, all the street stuff. And that's what got me where I'm at today. You know, and today I'm CEO Youth League is my youth organization for the kids. Changing the narrative is the nonprofit that I just got my 501c3 about a month and a half.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you know, so and it was funny because on Facebook I posted a picture of my first youth event when I was like 17, 18. I did my first youth event, and I did a picture of then and then now, just showing that I've been doing this, but now I'm getting into like the fundraising and the business side of it. I've been doing it out from the love and just wanting our community to be better. But now I'm getting into the business side of it. So that's what changing the narrative at now. So now we're just trying to take it to the next level. I just bought buying a building, a 2-story commercial property called a House of Resources. And we got to raise money to enhance the building and do all that stuff. So that's why I'm tapping in. And I'm right here in Texas. Like a lot of people, especially they look like us, not in Central Texas. You know, you got Austin, you got Dallas, you got places where Black people are making moves. But where I'm at, we're not doing that. We're not doing a lot of that. So I'm kind of like out on an island where I'm trying to do this Black empowerment. I'm trying to build my own institution for our community. I got a book out called The Streets Lied to Us. So I go to juvenile detention facilities telling the kids about, I was that kid. I thought the streets was it. I thought that was gangster. I thought that was hard. And it's really the dumbest stuff ever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's one of the things that me becoming my first time archer a year and a half ago. So these are just me coming from a town of 1,500 people doing all this stuff. Like it's all a dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all a dream for me.
Absolutely. Awesome. So I want to take it a little bit slow. Break it up a little bit. Let's talk about the record label first. You know, how you got started with the record label. What was the motivation behind that? And you said it's still around. So how, let us know what's going on.
I got started with that because, like, I think the streets ruined me at a young age. When you're 13, 14, you get your first apartment at 14, your first car at 15, you see your first 100,000 by 15. You don't really ever want to work for nobody, right? You know what I'm saying? So that was my first business venture. Like, okay, we're gonna try to clean our money up. We're gonna try to go right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that was the birth of Realer Than Real. And it was just one of my older partners coming home from the penitentiary, and we just started a rap group, So it was kind of like a street/rap group, but that was my first part of me knowing that I do want to do business, but I was still trying to, make it through the everyday life with just surviving, just being Black in the community that ain't got no resources, we don't have nobody leading us to the right direction. Everybody that taught me how to hustle, and that was really why I created CEO Youth League, because at 11, 12 years old, when I went to that guy and he showed me how to sell dope, I was like, what if he would have showed me about stocks? What if he would have showed me about real estate? What if he would have showed me how to start a business? So that's me thinking about what happened to me is the way I created CEO Youth League. That's why I created CEO Youth League.
And that was my next question. That was my next question too. And that's beautiful right there, because really that's all it takes. Once you've been through the trenches like that, You just have to reverse engineer the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, in order to solve those issues and overcome those obstacles for the next generation. So yeah, salute to that right there. Absolutely.
Yeah, got to, man.
Right. Was there a major life change though that made you do that switch? From like the hustling, versus starting this youth program that you have. What was the major life change that got you to where you are today?
Well, I wouldn't say a major life change because I had something like, I know when I was 10, I almost died. My mom's car ran over me, so I was in the hospital for months, and then the doctor told her I would never be normal again. I was just talking about this story today, and I tell my mom all the time, the doctor was right. I was never going to be normal again. You know what I'm saying? So he was right. But like, as far as me changing from like the streets to that, it was basically I got a lot of older partners because I was in the streets young, and I always tell them they didn't really teach me what to do, but they taught me what not to do. So seeing them go to prison, seeing them become alcoholics, seeing them going on drugs. My first time I met my dad, well, I heard of this person who was my dad, but the first time me and my dad had an interaction, it was me selling him some drugs, and he was like, I'm your dad. I was like, yeah, I heard. And that was our first interaction.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll talk about that more in the book that I got coming out. But yeah, so like, and this is why I'm so good with the youth now, because I understand them, because I was that lost youth. And I tell people all the time, like, when I was 13 and I was looking forward to going to the penitentiary, it wasn't because I'm no big tough guy. It's because in my neighborhood, all I saw was guys that got money, got women, went to prison, came back swole, and did it all over again. So I thought it was normal. I didn't even look at it as being hard or gangster. I just said, this normal. I'm gonna get some money, I'm gonna get the women, I go do a little time, and then I come back home. So sometimes when we point fingers at these kids, we don't realize that these kids think it's normal. It might be dumb to us because we're older and we're out of it now. But really, the dumb stuff that they're doing, they actually think this is the way I survive. So that's why I really fight for them and I champion them, because I understand that as the elders didn't do enough to have institutions and situations where we can get away from that. You know what I'm saying?
And unfortunately, a lot of it is glorified. Even in music, sometimes it's glorified. So they are trying to mimic what they see, with what's being glorified and sold to them.
Yeah,
and incentivized, absolutely.
Incentivized, exactly, and that's the main thing. Incentivized. And we want these kids to stop doing this. That's why, like, I got like 76 kids registered in my program.
Wow.
Every one of those kids are my business partners. Like, I talk to them about how we gonna get to some money. Not when you get 18, not when you graduate, not when somebody give you a job. How can we get some money about what you like to do right now? Because I know that's gonna grab their attention. The guy that showed me how to sell dope at 11, I thought he loved me because he showed me, the oldest of four with a mom that's always at work, how to make money like that. I thought that was love. I thought he loved me to death. I didn't know that he was really setting me up to go down the wrong path, to really go into prison. And I didn't see it like that. It was just that plain that, oh man, I can make $100. You know how long it take my mom to make $100 in the 90s at a job? You know what I'm saying? I can go outside of my doorstep in the apartment complex and make 100, 200 real quick. So we got to understand what we up against instead of all the ways fussing and finger wagging, especially the elders that I talk to that haven't never done nothing to change that. You telling us from a moral point of view, but we're not worried about moral when we hungry and the lights off and the this and that. Ain't nobody thinking about no moral. We trying to figure out how to survive. So I try to be a balance in between the older generation. I'm 40, the older generation, the middle generation, then the younger generation, because I understand all sides of it.
I agree. And sometimes the older generation don't realize, like, you guys did y'all thing too. It may not be this, but you guys had your flaws too. And this generation learned from y'all certain things that we shouldn't have learned. So like you said, the finger wagging is not necessarily, the right way, but talking to and trying to get into the psyche of the youth to see what it is that they're into and nourish that so that they can build from that as well, and not necessarily shoot it down. Because if it is music, I know they always say, all these young people want to be rappers or, entertainers, but sometimes people just have raw talent. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing, but I think it's also a good thing to have them tap into other things so it's a balance too. Or what if that doesn't work out? What's your plan B?
But the funny thing about that, they try to do that stigmatize on rap, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the low hanging fruit, and that's why I fight for the street guys. Like, I had a conversation about a week ago, and the lady like, all these street guys need to stop killing each other and this and that, and which is true. Like, we got to stop that, right? But I asked her, I said, what kills more of us than anything? And she was just puzzled. I said, well, if we're going to get on the street guys for the gun violence, let's get on the grandmas and the aunties for what they feed us, because that's killing more of us than anything. Let's talk about it all. Like, it's easy to pick on the little street guys that's messing up, that's lost and that's confused. I get it. That's easy. But let's talk about it all. Let's not just point the fingers, because this kills more of us than that. If we want to just go about the numbers,
mogs, pork, bacon, all that.
So I'm a person, like I say, I just want to. All of it's a problem, but we can't just be picking on one thing. We got to figure it out. How can we get better? You know what I'm saying? Like, so even when I go at them, I'm not going at them fussing, and I'm just going at them like, this is what happened. This is what y'all didn't do. But how do we move forward? You know what I'm saying?
And change the narrative, like you said.
Changing the narrative.
Change the narrative.
I just been saying that for the last couple of years, and for some reason, I just said, you know what, I'm gonna go with the nonprofit.
Right.
Yeah. Because we got to change it and control it. And that's why I love what y'all doing, because we need this media. We need our own media. We need to be able to talk to our own people, and we need to be able to control the word, the news frequency, the words that we hearing. We need to be able to control all that. So all of this is super important. You know what I'm saying? That's why I stay tapped in to what y'all doing. And when you talk about just come on in, and if you got a business, I'm like, oh, this is the perfect time to connect.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on, man. This is an honor for me, man. Because I told my team this year, the main thing is, of course, where I'm from, I'm the least supported and it's definitely the least funded. So like I told them, I got to get in circles that people really do this, really live this. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, because like where I'm at, I'm in Temple. It's maybe we're getting close to 100,000 people, but Black people are like not even 5%. You know what I'm saying? We're probably like 40, 50% of the jails, but in population, we probably like less than 5%. So me trying to talk this talk, and me FBA, and me buying a building that's my own school, you think I'm getting funded? No. You know what I'm saying? And then I have problems with the churches, because I call them out. Like, none of these churches have programs that's for the youth, but all the parents that go to these churches, it's y'all kids that's locked up.
Yep.
Then the NAACP, I had a meeting with them last week. They mad because I'll be blasting them on Facebook, but I didn't realize that they told me that I'm mad at them for not doing something that they're not supposed to do. So they broke it down to me and showed me that they just show up like for, I guess, after somebody gets shot or after something, whatever it was. I was like, oh, okay, so y'all reactive. I'm looking for proactive. So you're right. Yeah. So I had to apologize for thinking that they were supposed to really do something for us. I didn't know that they were not even here to do nothing.
Wow. But the fact that they even said that, though, it's weird, right?
Yeah. They say I'm mad at them because I'm thinking they're supposed to do something. They like, nah, go look at our website, and this social justice or something they was telling me. So I can't be mad at them for not doing nothing.
All lives matter.
Yeah, basically, so I had to apologize and say, okay, I get it, y'all ain't supposed to do nothing. So I'm not mad no more. I'm glad we had the conversation. So this is what I deal with in trying to have this and trying to build our own schools and trying to do, live this type of walk, but in the area that's surrounded by even the people that look like me. You know how most of us are. We're programmed and we're scared of them. So if we outnumbered by them, they're definitely not going to be with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's one of the reasons why I'm like, okay, I know I'm on to something, but I got to take my message broader. When people see that, okay, you doing that in Temple, or you got that many kids, are you mentoring that? Are you, and see, and people in my people, other places can see, I think I'll be better off like that than just steady fighting around here for the support and love.
Okay, yeah. That's out there in Fort Hood.
That's near Fort Hood, where you are?
Yeah. We're about 25 minutes from Fort Hood, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
Where the mindset came from, because I know you mentioned that you did your first youth program when you were still a youth. You were only 17 years old.
Yeah.
And coming out of the streets and all of that, where did the mindset come from for you to want to see change, not just in yourself, but in your community?
It was I guess it was something I always wanted, because how people say, well, when we was coming up, we had the this guy in the neighborhood that did that. I never had that. Like, I grew up where everybody was just drug dealers or drug users,
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I wanted to be the first, quote unquote, like, I guess Nino Brown to try to give back, So I guess that's where it started at. But then what I realized is, see, I changed my program because like for the last 10, 15 years, well, been doing it for about 20 plus. So 15 years ago, I was just doing the backpack giveaways, free food, fun. And all that stuff is cool. And I still talk to people, and I never want to down nobody for doing those fun days and all that, but it's not impactful to our people. I gave away a lot of backpacks. I gave away a lot of free hot dogs and stuff, but them babies still went home to their situation. Them babies still went home confused. So now, and that's why everything I do now is about finances. It's about business. It's about mindset, because even last year, they wanted me to go on a tour with the juveniles. I said, not till I got my school, not till I got a system, not till I got a book that I can tangibly give them, and they can come home, and they can come home to mentorship. They can come home to that, because I don't want to just be like, take a picture and post it. Hey, I want to talk to some kids in juvenile, but I ain't made no impact. It's too many of us just doing stuff for pictures and not the real impact. So I think it's just me wanting to do better. It started off just me wanting to give back, but then I started realizing that we really messed up as a people. You know, we really have and even we don't know how to work together. We can't stand each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, so my mind just started watching and observing. I think when because I dropped out in 8th grade is the last grade I completed. I went to 9th grade for a month and a half. And then I end up going back, get my GED, and then I end up getting associates and all that stuff. So I end up getting in debt for nothing. But anyway, you know, but anyway, it was just over time I started realizing that I want to build a system to fight against the system. So I think my mindset started going towards realizing us being where we come from. That's what got me away from so much religion. So I started studying Black history. And then I always had the business since 17. I know I didn't want to work for nobody. So when that mixed with the history, then it started becoming what it is today.
What it is. Now, have you ever asked any of the youth that you work with? I think a good question to ask, even for yourself, if money wasn't a factor, what would you do every day?
Well, me?
Yeah, or even the youth, yourself, but also with the youth. I think it's a good question to ask to see what it is. Like, if it wasn't for money, what would you do every day? And that can be something that they can monetize, because, you know what I'm saying?
No, for real. And I don't, I asked that question, not in those words. Every youth I ask, what do you like to do? What are you into? So when they tell me what they're into, I'm the one telling them that I can help you monetize this, or I can help you monetize that. So I asked it in a different wording, but that's the exact question I asked every child. I had a mother tell me that she couldn't stand that her kid loved to play video games all day. I said, well, instead of fighting against him, why don't you put him in coding and let him come up with his own video games? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we force kids to play, and I got a documentary that I'm working on now called, the book is called Streets Lied to Us, right? So I got a book called Streets Lied to Us. I'm working on another book called A Job Lied to Us, and I'm working on a documentary called Sports Lied to Us. So we feed our kids, we feed all our kids sports, but we never tell them that half of 1% will ever see a professional check.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like that's really how we brainwash our kids, and then I have to meet them when they 16, 17, 18. They frustrated with life because everybody told them from birth that they're gonna be a LeBron. I'm like, bro, you 5'2". Why are people lying to you talking about you're gonna be a LeBron? And like I tell them now, it ain't that you can't be a LeBron. You might not can be LeBron on the court, but I'm the LeBron in my family. I got a school. I got a school. I got a community center. I got a chicken farm. I got a beef farm. Like, you know, it's like I'm really, you know, I got a thrift store, so they call me the new improved Fred Sanford. I said, no, I'm who Fred Sanford. I tell people I'm who Fred wanted Lamont to become. You know what I'm saying? So, because my rules of living is like we got to be able to it's build a nation. So we got to be able to feed ourselves, house ourselves, clothe ourselves, educate ourselves, employ ourselves, and then protect it. So I have a business, or I'm connected to a business that does each one of those things. My security company, Shield of Valor, they FBA brothers, and they three veterans. They guarded the embassy and all that. So they started a executive protection company. And then when I connected with them, I'm like, let's bring the community protection aspect to it. Let's do this. Let's do that. So now I'm the regional manager of Shield of Valor Executive Protection throughout the South, you know. So everything I do, how we feed ourselves. I'm in the real estate, how we house ourselves. You know, I got businesses, how we employ ourselves. We have to think like that. And a lot of people say you're doing too much, and that's because we've been programmed to just work. And we'll see everything I do is just like you said, what you do for free. I'm doing what forget free. I'm doing what I'm doing now puts me in the red. You know, like I walked away from my businesses that were just making money to serve my purpose, and that's me wanting a school. And of course, is it big money on the back end of that? Yes, but for the last couple of years, I've been in the red going with my purpose, and I went away from just the money.
Right. And also, speaking of that, kids that game a lot, there's children or people making millions of dollars streaming.
Yeah.
Literally just playing video games for hours at a time, streaming, making millions of dollars. So I think it's also up to the parents and us grown-ups, you know, to learn what's going on in the world, because sometimes we're so stuck in what, you know, we know and not, you know, getting with our youth and talking about what's really going on with them. What's this new stuff? What's that YouTube stuff? What that streaming mean? So we can understand what's going on. Like, okay, so he's not or she's not just playing all day. We can flip this. Or you can tell your kids, we're gonna flip this. Your buddy here screaming and hollering all day. How are we gonna monetize it?
Yeah. Absolutely. That's my whole program right there. How we gonna monetize it? I got a 13-year-old Raya. I'll be having paint and juices days. Matter of fact, I do got one of her paints. Hold on.
Paint and juice. I like that.
Yeah, you know, paint and juice. And she's my 13-year-old, and you know, and I pay her. This is one of her drawings right there. This is a 13-year-old girl.
Oh, that's beautiful. Right. Talented.
She makes about $100. You know, just depending, but each one of these about $60 to $75. You know what I'm saying?
That's
are they available on the website?
No, I haven't put them up yet. These are I just got these hanging in my school, but they're all available. And I pay her to make. I pay her to just make me a couple new ones, you know. And then we have like little vendor days when she'll bring out all her paints. But what I'm gonna do now is take a lot of pictures of these, and then I'm gonna turn her into an author. So I told her to give me two sentences would inspire each one of her pictures. I'm gonna probably take a picture of about 20 of them, put it in a book, and now she's an author. You know, just stuff like that. I just showed them. Saying. Yeah, you know, I just showed them how to do that. I got a kids coming out with a tea, and what I do is kind of like a Shark Tank. So I work with them and I help them build it up, and then I'll be the investor. I'll be their partners. You know, like I got a couple kids that I'm actually getting on contract with them and their parents.
That's lovely. I love what you're doing. We need you here in LA.
I wish I was in places like that, because what I'm doing, man, I will be flooded with the volunteers. I'll be flooded with the money when people really just see the work that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm just in the middle of Texas, just stuck in Texas. So, and that's why I'm doing stuff like this, because I want the world to know. I want the world to know.
Let me tell you something about that, though. Let me tell you something about that and the world that we live in. Even though you in the middle, like seemingly in the middle of nowhere, and you don't got no support where you live at, everything that you're doing on a day-to-day basis with these kids is content for social media.
Yeah.
You don't got to overthink creating content. Everything that you're already doing is the content. All you got to do is film the shit, take the pictures, and post it. And let people know about the program, let people know where they can donate and how they can support. And that's where you're going to find the support that you need through social media. It's very, very powerful. Even the brother that's out here in Georgia, what's his name? Something King or King something? King Randall. King Randall.
Oh yeah. I heard
down here. He got in the Brother Ben X program like around the same time I did. Prior to that, I think he was kind of like you. He was just doing this thing kind of underground, off the grid. But when he joined the program and learned how to create content for social media, that's when I seen his stuff blow up. I just posted what he was doing with the kids. They showing kids fixing the toilet, changing the brakes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he's showing them, look, these the kids I'm working with. This is what we doing. This is what we trying to get done. This is how you can support us. And I just seen it blow up. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what you got going on, a lot of people out there will definitely support it. People just need to see it.
Yeah.
So you got to utilize the power of social media to get the word out there.
Come on over here to Instagram.
Yeah, and I definitely, and I got some Instagram pages out. Like that's my thing. I got to get a more of a internet team, because I mean I'm only 42, but I'm like super older than that. Like I've been getting called a grandpa since I was like 15. So I'm like I know how to post on Facebook. I know how to post on Instagram a little bit, but I'm more of a Facebook person, and that's the older people. So I'm missing out on like TikTok. I don't know nothing about TikTok. I don't know nothing about
kids. First of all, you got the kids that you're working with. They can help you with all that. But really, at the end of the day, when you got this thing in your hand, all you need is two thumbs and you know how to read, everything is in front of you.
Yeah, you figure that. Yeah,
everything is right there on the screen. All you got to do is you'll figure it out. The more you tinker around, you're gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
And like you said, not overthinking it.
Yeah, not overthinking it. That's most people's issue with it. They thinking it got to look a certain way. It got to be a certain way. You need a certain camera. You need this. No, just pull out your phone, hit the record button, record what you actually doing. Like when you working with the little girl and she's doing her paintings, or when you talking with some of the youth about some of their ideas or whatever the case may be, film that. That's the content right there. Go live. You know what I'm saying?
I got to go back and what I need to do is, like, I did summer camp last year when we had CEOs and training, a 6-week camp for throughout the whole summer. So I got a bunch of footage, but like I said, I just posted. I don't know how I need to get into like the reels and the cutting it with the music. You know, I like the little small editing part. I need to get that.
You'll figure that out as you go.
There's programs for that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you'll figure that out as you go.
I definitely got to step it up though with that.
He is just getting started, man, for real. And
even with just me, like when she asked for the bio, and like I just do the work, so I'm getting. I need to get professional pictures, and I need to do this, and you know what I'm saying? Like I know I got the work part down, but all this other stuff I gotta get that. I gotta get it right. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely got to take it to a next level to get to where I'm trying to get to.
Absolutely. And so the program that you got is dope. I was looking through the website. I want to just go through some of the stuff that you got going on, because this part right here, the STEM, to me, that's like the most important thing going into that the youth need to know about. So talk a little bit about this program, and then we'll skim through the site.
What we have to do is see. I had a CEO. What happened was this website is probably about maybe 2 months new. So what I did, I went through, because I'm a business person, right? So I don't know nothing about nonprofits, none of this stuff. So my CEO Youth League was a CEO Youth. It was an LLC. So I've been running that the last 3-4 years, just doing events and doing stuff with the kids, like the STEM and all that. So it wasn't even programs. It was just like, hey, this month we're gonna talk about real estate. This month we're gonna talk about STEM. This month we're gonna talk about all this type of stuff. So I was just doing that. But when I got the nonprofit, they was like, well, CEO Youth League is really a program, and that's how you're gonna get funding. So instead of you just doing this stuff, you got to actually put a name on it. You got to put a class to it. You got to do all this and this, and that's how we came up with the STEMs and all that. So it's just, what I want to do is like an extra curriculum. I really want more about babies to be homeschooled and all that, but I know that that's not realistic because it's just how it's set up. Most of our babies going to go to public school. So if you got to go to public school, I want to build something like extra activity schools or after school programs or weekend programs. And the STEM is just one of them, because I know going to the future, most of these jobs going to be ran by computers and ran by robots. And if we just teaching our babies to just be hard workers and all that, we're going to have more frustrated Black kids that wondering why I work hard, but ain't nothing out here for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that STEM, it's just us just getting these kids to think bigger. That's how I always tell my kids. I want you to think bigger. I want you to go outside. I know when I came up, they told me to go to school, get a good job, hope I make it in sports, go to the Army, or go, something like that. I'm like, that's only like 5 or 6 things. Like, it's hundreds of things I can make money off of. So STEM is just one of the things that I like to introduce these kids to. Just, you can be this. What about science? What about math? But we got to do it in a cool way. And that's one thing I always tell. If these kids don't feel like it's cool, I could be telling them how to say their life. But if it don't sound cool, they're not gonna say their life. So everything I do, it just makes it cool. I got like 12 of my kids to become stock buyers, because they all had on Jordan, so they thought they was the flyest people ever. But I told them, I said, if you really want to be the flyest person at your school, tell your mama or your daddy to buy you a stock of Nike every time you buy a Jordan. So now they really think they the mess. So that's what I'm saying. Little tricks like that. Now they walking around like, I own a pair of this. I own this company, and so now so you got to do little tricks like that to really get them into this world, because these kids don't care about no stocks. These kids don't care about all this stuff. If we don't figure out how to make it cool, it'll never get in. So STEM is just one of those programs where we just teaching them about, the science and the math and the engineering and all that stuff, but we're doing it in just a cool, fly way where they really feel like, there's some fly stuff.
Right, and it's not corny or nerdy because that's
Yeah.
kind of how they look at it.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. So and that's it. And like that was one of the Raya. That's Raya right there in the yellow shirt. So this was probably like 3 years ago. That was the Temple paper. He came out that day to see some of her artwork, and that was at my thrift shop. I have a thrift shop, so we turned the parking lot into a big flea market for the kids, and they come out and sell their stuff.
Oh,
yeah, so.
So yeah, like how you incorporated the stream: science, technology, reading, engineering, art, and mathematics.
Yeah, because the arts, because to me, a lot of that, especially the school stuff, we all know that's a lot of it's programming. It's not really feeding our babies, and that's why a lot of these babies feel confused, and they tell them they're dumb because they're not programmed to learn to the book, but they're brilliant when you get them outside of the book and you get them into just being creative and thinking. They're the most brilliant kids ever. So that's the side I want to, really pop up.
Facts.
I want to make all this stuff cool. I'm writing a movie that I'm gonna have these kids playing in, and what it is just like the reverse of most high schools, the jock and the football player and the basketball player are the most popular people. Well, in this movie, the nerd and the smart people are gonna be the most popular.
Good.
And it's not bad. It's saying bad against sports. I just want you to know you just as cool as it. And I tell these parents, I say y'all don't do it on purpose, but if you got 3 or 4 kids, you're gonna give the most energy to the kid that's best in sports. It's a sad fact. You don't even do it. You don't even know you're doing it. But the kid, that's why I had a spelling bee. I had a spelling bee that made the Temple paper, and the girl, and she won. I gave her $100. She won a big trophy, just showing that we need to celebrate this stuff too, not just the sports. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going. I'm trying to make all this stuff that's normally not cool stuff I didn't even like doing. I got a book out and I hated reading. You know what I'm saying? Like I hated reading because I didn't want to read nothing but the Source magazine or something because that wasn't cool where I was from. Like read, like I can read, but that wasn't no cool thing to do. So now, like when I talk to my kids, what have you read today? They were like, well, school. Yeah, they know I don't count school. They'll tell you quick, Mr. Johnson don't count school because I want them to know life is learning. Like you should be learning all the time. And what we do is if you got a parent that clocks out at 3 or 4 o'clock and you clock out at school at 3 or 4 o'clock, you're building that employee mindset that after 3, I'm done for the day. And that's how a lot of these kids operate. They don't feel like they need to learn to do nothing after 3 o'clock.
Man,
you're right.
Man. And so I want to let the family know y'all can get involved. ChangingTheNarrativeFoundation.org is the website. ChangingTheNarrativeFoundation.org. These are the buttons when you click on programs. I think it was. Yeah, when you click on programs, you scroll down to the bottom. You could donate here. You could partner up, and you can volunteer. So, ChangingTheNarrativeFoundation.org is how everybody can get involved. Talk about the book, man. Talk about the book that you got out and the book that you got coming up.
The book, like it goes to my narrative of just trying to. When you make it through that life, you need to go back and tell the kids that was done. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have enough of us that really made it through there. They go back and say that was done. So this book is more of a mindset book, and like the first one, it's 8 chapters, but I call them traps. So it's trap 1. And trap 1 is called the definition of real because a lot of our kids think, oh man, if I go shoot them up, bang, bang, or I go do this, or I go do that, I'm real. And so this book is really a mindset for the youth. I have a lot of adults that say they love it because now they get to go into the mind of a troubled youth. But I'm really just talking to the youth about, hey, yeah, man, I thought that was cool too. That's dumb. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's mainly what it's about. And it was just me, Trish, trying to figure out different creative ways to just make what I'm doing now cool. Like my kids, when they've never seen a black man have a school and have a summer camp and feed, and I had them from 7:30 in the morning to 4:30, feed them lunch. Then, and people don't, that's the big thing. Like they remember that imprint. And I had a couple of my 6-figure guys. I had one of my guys that I know that's a millionaire come and talk to him. He pulled up in this little 2-seater Ferrari or something. So they got, I never got the richest person I saw at that age was a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so now I got kids that go home and say, Mama, why we don't have a 6-figure earner in our family? Mama, I want to be this. I want to be that. So just planting those seeds is what I'm all about right now. So this book that's what this book was about. Streets lied to us. Like that stuff is corny, bro. Like
is that book on Amazon?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. I don't really promote Amazon. I try to tell people to tap in with me because Amazon
With
got it
you
on there
directly.
for $15, and I'm not even gonna get on the subject of the little checks they send me when I know that I didn't send such and such people, and then they send me that little check. So I mean, if you want to book, you can hit me at info@changingthenarrativefoundation.org. That's the email, and I'll send it to you personally. You know, and we'll figure out some way. But if you just have to buy it and you just want to get it quick, yeah, you can definitely go to Amazon and grab it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I left it. That's why I left it, because I know it's people out there in the world that I can't really just get to like that. So if you're one of those people, definitely go grab it. But yeah, it's definitely on Amazon.
Give the email one more time.
The email is info@changingthenarrativefoundation.org.
info@changingthenarrativefoundation.org. And I put the link to the Changing the Narrative Foundation program inside of the chat, family.
Appreciate
the link
you.
is inside the chat. And absolutely, Black Roach on our brother Tony is definitely on point. Just listening to you speak about the program and you know your mindset and the book and everything. I want to hear the rhymes. I feel like I just
man, say I ain't dropped. You know, the last project I dropped was probably like I say, that's why I led off with. I said now I'm into more movies. Like I got a movie coming out called Dirty America. So I wrote a movie. I'm looking for one of my projects, but no, I'm not. I'm not a rapper like that. I tell people all the time what I am as a storyteller, right? So everything, like I don't even write unless I got a book. I'm one of those persons. I'm not a purist like rapper or a purist. What Master P used to say, I'm just a game spitter. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
So I'm getting more into it. And what I'm doing now with it is because I have some artists that's pretty hot, but I fell back because now that I didn't got into this mode, the message got to be right. And like I tell them, you ain't got to be no preacher or no pastor or nothing rapping, but we got to have a certain type of message for me to put my stamp behind it, you know. Right. So yeah, but Gangsta T was the rap name. We got all kind of projects that's been out, but I haven't dropped an official project in about 10 years. Yeah, about 10 years. Now I'm just more into the movies and trying to figure out how to put it out different. I got a change of the narrative like album I'm gonna do, but that's really like more of a positive thing, more of me just going at the youth because I know what they want to hear. Like I'm not even really into sports, but now we're about to create a sports league because I want these. I know that all our babies love sports, but this sport league, you're gonna have to learn about entrepreneurship. You're gonna learn about business. It's gonna be an off season. And that's what I was talking to a guy the other day about. I said, so after football or basketball season, when do you see that child again? He was like, next year. I said, that's the problem. I was lost to the streets between the end of football season and by next year football season. The streets had me. I wasn't coming back. It was too late. So we got to build a system that after football season, you got an off season. Like the pros, we teach you about health, we teach you about finances, we teach you about this and that. We got different little programs and that, all that stuff. We got to be able to keep our babies in our funnels from year to year, not just for 2 months and then I'll see you next year. That child gonna be a whole different person by next year.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
I love what you're doing.
I'm definitely gonna tap in with you, off air as well too, man, because I got a couple of brothers out here who work in education who are trying to come up with something outside the system to be able to help the youth because they frustrated at their jobs, both of them. They frustrated with the limitations, what I'm saying, that are there, and they really want to be able to help. And I've been chopping it up with both of these brothers. I didn't even introduce them to each other yet, but I've been having the same conversation with two different brothers about this issue. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to bring it all together. And I think you're the perfect person, you know what I'm saying, that we could really start getting like a think tank.
That's what we need, man. It's not as hard. We make it harder than it is because the way we're programmed to not build together, not work together, not reach out. And my thing is, and I was a victim of that because I come from the streets. So in the streets, you do like somebody piss you off or somebody make you mad, man, forget them. I can make this money solo. That's the way we're programmed. But to do big stuff, to build corporations, to make real impact, we need each other. And we don't need everybody. We need the right ones, of course. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about everybody coming together moment because I study the ancestors. The ancestors were infiltrated by people that look just like us. So it's definitely not no kumbaya, everybody come on. But the ones that official, are the ones that you know what I'm saying, that And I had a lady that asked the other day, she's like, well, how do you hire people? And I'm like, I got to get a better system. But now I just go off energy. Like the person I look for is who's the person, the woman or the guy that been doing this out their backyard for free. Who's that? I look for that person, or the guy that just been giving haircuts for back to school for free. The people that just do it. And I don't want to team up with the people that's just doing it for it's a money play. Is it a money play? Yes. And I tell people all the time, I expect big money out of this, but it's because of the impact that I want to make in this. We can't run away. We can't run away from that because a lot of people try to make us feel shame. But like last year when I went 30,000 in the red of my own money, wasn't no community saying nothing about no scheme or no scam or nothing then. But if I raised 30,000, what is you doing with it? What is you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I tell my team all the time, like, I used to say half, but now I'm trying to be more positive. So I'm gonna say a third of our community, we just gotta like not even worry about, because they're gonna be the ones that just hate and talk down and just look for something that's wrong anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's just automatic. Yeah, that's automatic. So those people is a non-factor, because anybody that question me or critique me, I can go back 20 plus years. Show me something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta for me to even accept your critique, I need you to show me something that you do in this line of work. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just don't go back and forth with that. I just do the work, man. We just got to do the work, and that's why I love like people like Tariq and the people that I've been studying for so long, because I know how to filter through it and just. Like, I love the way he handled the trolls and stuff like that, you know, because they there. It's gonna be always people there to just pop up. You ain't no good. You're a scammer. You're this and that, or you're a street guy. I had one lady tell another lady, "Well, he's not super religious. Don't put your kid in there." And I'm like, see, that's the problem right there, because all these super religious parents, y'all kids is the one in prison. You know what I'm saying? I know them personally. Like all the bad kids that have to go to church 5 times a week, they're in prison right now. So it ain't just religion is the fix, and I'm not against it or whatever. I tell people whatever makes you a better person, but I'll talk to the person that super religious, and I'll talk to the person that don't believe at all. Do you got a heart to build is all I care about, because as a Black community, that's what we fall out a lot. Like, oh, you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, you're a this, you're a that, and we don't never get nowhere. We just go in circles talking from emotional points, and then these babies just out here dying and going to jail, and generation after generation end up the same while we arguing about dumb shit.
Literally, and it's teaching them though, right, to be emotional and get on the emotional, treadmill of nothing. You know, so we're passing down those same generational curses. So until we change, they're not going to change. And that's why, programs like Changing the Narrative are so important for foundational Black American youth.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
So I know you got a event coming up June 22nd.
Yeah, June 22nd is my introduction of Changing the Narrative to Central Texas. So we having a rented out the park. We got some guest speakers. We'll have some music. It's Changing the Narrative. It's going to be our annual benefit concert and festival, and it's really just to start raising money. We introducing the community. I got a lot of businesses been sending me a lot of in-kind donations and stuff. I told them I love the in-kind donations, but send me some checks too. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so
what in-kind donation is, and we cut the check.
Yeah, so we get a lot of those, but hopefully the checks will start rolling in. But yeah, I'm gonna have an official flyer pretty soon, because I'm still accepting sponsors and vendors and people so you can get your logo and stuff put on that, and then like the news and the newspaper gonna be out there. So the sponsors, people that sponsor, gonna make the newspaper and all that. So your logo gonna be plastered a lot. So that we're gonna have an official flyer coming up in about the next week or so. But yeah, it's gonna be a benefit concert and festival, raising money, but just raising awareness. And you see our colors are orange, because orange is a color for change, and youth, mental health, and all that. So that's why I went with the orange color. And September is Changing the Narrative Awareness Month, so that we got us our own month too.
I love it. I love it. And so, can I ask, with almost the 80 children, that you have in your program, how many of those are in single parent homes? Percentage.
Oh, like 85, 90%.
Wow.
Yeah. All I deal with is single mothers. That's it. I mean, and that's another frustration. And I'll be having things called like I have like maybe 2 a year called a Black Man Brunch or Black Man Dinner. And it's just about us getting together and just like what we need to do. We got to take over our communities. And it's not that, the women, they did what they did or whatever, but we got to take it over and not ask for permission from no white man, not ask for permission from our women. As men, we got to just lead and take over our communities. So,
Agreed.
you know, and it's frustrating because I don't get a lot of men. And I know once I start my sports side, I get more men mentors. And that's why a lot of people love what I do, because no one wakes up. Well, I ain't gonna say no one. Not a lot of us wake up on this mission every day, all day. You know, like most black men only show up for kids when it's sports. And that's a sad truth. And even the men I ask for in the community, like they super there for sports, but when it comes to this day-to-day stuff that I do, it's a lot of missing in action. So I'm still working on that. I'm working on that fight. I'm trying.
Right. Yeah, I just figured it, you know, because a lot of times me being I don't like to use the term single mom because my kids' fathers were active, right? But just not being in the home, and some of the things I did have to do by myself, like some of the sporting events and things like that, the practices and things like that, I had to do on my own. And if they were able to come, they came, and if not, I was always the one, you know, there. And I know it's like a lot of single moms that's always looking for some type of program, especially for their boys, because I was kind of one of those. So that's why I asked that.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Last year I had a mother come. Her son he was 14 years old. He had 2 aggravated assaults with deadly weapons. He hasn't been in one piece of trouble since he came on board with me. I had another girl. She was 16. She had an aggravated assault on her mom. She hasn't gotten in trouble one time since she's been with me. So you know, like and then, like even last year for summer camp, I had $300 for 3 weeks of summer camp. I had the kids all day, feeding them snacks. You know that's dirt cheap. $300 for 3 weeks, like you know what I'm saying. But I still had parents in our community that took advantage. Well, they thought they took an advantage of it. I had some kids I just took for free, and their parents could have afforded it. I had one parent tell me she couldn't afford it, but I don't know. I guess she forgot that we was friends. So on Facebook, I seen her rent. She rented out a Rolls Royce for her birthday. I'm like, I know you just spent $1,000 just for that rental today with the insurance, and you couldn't give me like a couple $100. I got your kid, man. I'm like, you know. But what they didn't know is I did that, and it's not sustainable. But I did that last year because it was my first year. But I needed a proven concept because where I'm from, like I say, we outnumber. Where I'm from, a guy like this dark with a mouthful of gold, talking about he gonna do something for kids. They worry. So I love it. Yes, question me. Yes, I'm from the streets. Yes, I don't avoid none of that. But this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's all over the place. But it's okay. I'm battling through it.
Right. And unfortunately, some of our toughest critics are the ones that look like us. And like Tariq has taught us all, get your 300, right? And in your case, it may not be 300, it may be 200 or 100, maybe even 50 good people, you know what I'm saying? But once you find your tribe, everything is going to take off. I think we do spin our wheels a lot trying to get everybody on. And I was one like that, but it's like, I found my tribe, and I found my tribe on social media.
Yeah. And that's what I gotta get. And I gotta get more into that. Like I have I ain't gonna say a podcast because I'm really actually we have like 6 or 7 shows about to kick off. So mine is called Wealth is Gangster. You know, and we do all kind of stuff from me and my chickens, from me, the Bridging the Gap show. I have another show about sports and finances, stuff like that. So I'm building the media too that goes with this, you know, because it all goes together, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm trying to put that message out, but I just got to get more crafty with it. Like even my shows, I got like over 100 shows, and the guy's still trying to tell me why you don't got to go into Spotify. Why? I don't know. I just go live and I post it on YouTube. I don't know how to connect with the Spotify. I don't know how to do this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
can help you with that. Sincere can definitely help you with that.
Yeah, I told him. I said, well, I'm gonna just keep building content. Maybe I'll figure it out pretty soon.
And that's good. That's the right idea. That's actually the right idea because the content is the content. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be valuable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so once you figure out the logistics of everything, you already got the content. So you can easily feed the machine from there and then just keep doing what you're doing on a day-to-day. So that's actually the right idea that you got, man.
Do that.
Man, we could chop it up with you forever, man, but we're gonna have to start winding this thing down.
Yes, sir.
On here for almost about an hour now. So Nicey girl.
Yep.
You know how to do it.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you looked at any other past shows, so you can see kind of how. I know you did. So you already know the question. So you already know the question. I'm sure you prepared. What does freedom and power mean to you?
Freedom, living life on my terms, being able to do like Dr. Claude say, especially when it comes to power, because I always throw that question at people. We got a misconception of power. So power to me is being able to do what I want to do despite opposition. That's I got that from Dr. Claude Anderson. So, and one quick example with that is like the building I got. I didn't get no credit. I went to people that. I went to some investors. They said not now. I went to the bank. The bank said not now. And I went down and sit down with the owner, him and his wife. And it's two old white people. And we sit down and talk for 3 hours. I gave my vision and they said, well, we're going to give you 5 years to figure it out. We'll sign the building over to you now. So like just not, because most of us, we think power is something somebody give us. Somebody give us a job we got power now. If somebody give it to you, they can take it. So power is me. No, I took this building. No, I started my own program. I got my own, stuff that people couldn't stop me even if they wanted to. I'm not getting a lot of support and it still don't stop me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's power. I can go in my backyard and eat some cucumbers. I can go get some eggs from my chickens, so that's the freedom power mix that outside of the system I can survive. And of course the system is the system, so we can't live totally without it. But I love when I can eat some chicken from a black couple that raises them in Dallas, and I can eat meat outside the system. I love when I can eat, seafood outside the system, because me and my guy go back and forth to the coast, and we got our own connection on the seafood. So just stuff like that.
Right.
Absolutely. Man, we got Shield of Valor in the building. Is that
that's the security company right there on my guys.
Okay.
All right.
Shield of Valor.
We gotta get y'all on here too.
Yeah, gotta bring my guys on there, man.
Absolutely, man. We looking for a guest to come on the show, man. We do this every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. So if you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, send us an email.
Yeah, Jason. I see Jason in the building. Yeah, that's Jason. Jason, hit him up in the email.
All right, Jason.
That's the CEO right there, and then. Steve probably in there too. He the COO. You know what I'm saying?
Pettis. I see Stephen Pettis in the building.
Jason them the best that put it all together. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, Stephen and Jason, shout out to y'all. Email us at godcastenterprises@gmail.com, or you can send us a DM. You can DM Sincere at Sincere Love on Instagram. And me at Nicey Girl with the #1 on Instagram as well. So
yeah, I gotta make sure I follow you, Nicey.
Yes. Please follow me, and on Twitter, Nicey Girl on Twitter.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel while y'all here. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so you can be reminded whenever we go live with new content on these channels. I don't know what channel y'all looking at. I don't know if y'all coming in from Sincere Love to God or Godcast Enterprises, but subscribe to both channels. Because this how we do. This how we do over here. Where are we?
Summer Jam screen. Summer Jam. It's Summer Jam time.
Indeed. All right, let me stop sharing this.
Nicey Girl 1 on Instagram?
Yeah, Nicey Girl with the #1 on Instagram.
Okay, I was just making sure. I got you.
And without the one on Twitter.
All
right, so this part right here, fam, I got to put you on the Summer Jam screen. And right now, you have the microphone. The entire Black community can hear what it is that you have to say. What parting words would you like to leave us with tonight?
I would just like to say we're stronger together. We can really do this. We got people in our community that has showed us with the power we can do. I got a building already, the House of Resources right here in Temple, Texas. I got programs. I got kids. I got the vision. I just need the family to get behind me and support me. Go to changingthenarrative.foundation.org and donate. Right now, we're looking to raise $100,000 in the next 6 months or whatever, and that will go to upgrade on the building where we can really start running the building property, running the projects and the activities at the building, and the other will be so I can start hiring a team and build that. So that's the first phase of what we're raising for, and like I say, just tap into it. Like I say, it's Wealth is Gangster on YouTube. Wealth is Gangster on Instagram, Changing the Narrative Foundation Corp on Facebook, Wealth is Gangster, House of Resources all on Facebook too. So I'm all over the place. But what it is it might seem like a lot, but what it is Changing the Narrative is the umbrella. House of Resource, CEO, Youth League, the thrift store, and all that is up under that umbrella. So it's really not much as it seems, but I need the family to tap in, man. I'm in the middle of Texas trying to do some super black powerful stuff, and I'm outnumbered. You know what I'm saying? So I need to reach out to the fam all over the world and tap in with me and let's build. And like I say, when I team up with people, it's all about how can we benefit off each other. I don't want nobody to just pour into me that I'm not going to pour back into. And I think that's something we definitely need to promote in our community. That when we lock in, I'm trying to figure out how you can benefit off me, and you trying to figure out how I'm gonna benefit off you in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Right. A lot of people look at that as bad things, especially when they say like I don't have an objective. I don't have no. We all do. But is it positive and is it from the heart and is it pure? You know what I'm saying? My objective coming on here was connected with some fellow FBAs and growing my message. So that's why that was why I came on here. Now we're gonna connect off air and we're gonna do some things and so I came on here with an objective, but it was productive and it was positive and it was for the right reason. So hey, we just need to. I need y'all to tap in with me and do your research. Check in with me. See if I've really been doing this 20 plus years. See if I'm really known for what I say I am around here in Temple, Texas. So you know what I'm saying. And you'll see real quick that I really do this and have been doing it for a long time.
Nice.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And the fact that you're pouring into our babies because our babies are the future, that will be the main reason that I'm definitely going to support. I will be headed over myself to changeinthenarrativefoundation.org to make my official donation. And I hope that the rest of us do the same. Make sure you guys tap in. Again, that's changeinthenarrativefoundation.org. changeinthenarrativefoundation.org. Make sure you guys donate as much as you can, as often as you can.
I appreciate that. That's love.
Absolutely.
I want to make sure we stay tight. I don't want this to be like an interview and I never heard from y'all again. I mean, I know I'm friends with you on Facebook. I don't think I'm friends with you on Facebook, but I follow you on Instagram now. So
I followed you back too.
Yeah, let's stay tapped in. And like I'll be in Cali, and like this is not no Temple local foundation. Like this is something we taking worldwide. So I need my FBAs. I need that love state to state, and let's build. And I pull up. I pull us up.
Have you been to the museum yet?
No, I haven't, but I got plenty of family. I have plenty of family in that area, so I was planning on coming. I was gonna come last year, but I got the building last year. So the last year and a half, I've been just locked in on what I'm trying to do. But I'm definitely coming out there soon. I donated to the building. I donate anything Tariq do. I put in on that. That's all top.
That's right. Well, when you come to LA, tap in because that's when I'm
definitely. I'm definitely pulling up.
But this is the part where we gotta wind this down. But anyway, I'm definitely gonna tap in with you off air, brother. She made me think about something else. Y'all don't mind me?
Yeah. Hey, I see you had a little moment. I just left it alone. I didn't know where that was going.
I know what he's talking about.
I just left it alone. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, I'm gonna hit you up, bro. We gonna chop it up. I actually gotta meet with one of my dudes next week, Wednesday, I think it is. I'm gonna meet with him, and I want to try to pull you into that as well as one of the other brothers that we had on recently too, who's out in Chicago. He got a similar program. He's a principal and all that. So we gotta create this think tank. We gotta get brothers together so that we can connect thoughts. Brother Ish is on the call right now too. He said he got some ideas. He's gonna get up. So
I'm here for it all, man. Let's tap in.
These black men building. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Let's tap in. When you go to that info at changeinthenarrativefoundation.org. That's me that's gonna be responding to you. So that is not no assistant or none. So if you hit that email, I'll hit you back, or you can tap in on one of the social medias.
Yes, indeed.
That's love, Black Brotron. Yeah.
So again, man, thank you for tapping in with us tonight, man. I appreciate you taking the time to be here. Love what you got going on.
Appreciate y'all.
Keep on doing your thing. You a Godcast member now. And so we're tapped in. Everybody that tuning in with us live tonight, we appreciate your energy, appreciate your time as well. If you haven't done so already on your way out the door, make sure you hit that like button, share this out on your social media platforms. Tell everybody about the Change in the Narrative Foundation program so that we can get the FBA family tapped to support our good brother.
Yeah. And get some of our own institutions. I already got the building now. I just need the fund, and that's what I told him when I want to get the building, then ask the community. You know, if I say it's a $300,000 building, I need y'all help. People be looking at me crazy. I say, well, let me get my hands on the building. Then I just tell people I need help to upgrade the building. That might be a little better. You know what I'm saying? The building's already in my control. We already got past events. It's already there. I just need to upgrade it so we can really go with it.
Let's do it, y'all.
There you go.
Let's do it, man.
All right,
Salute
man.
y'all. Appreciate y'all. It's an honor being on, and I look forward to building with y'all in the future, man.
Absolutely, man. This has been another great addition to the Black Business Showcase. We are Godcast Enterprises. Once again, appreciate everybody tapping in. That does it for tonight's episode. Always remember, family, we are not the master teachers, but we are the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media. And we are out of here. Peace.
And Black love.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.